How did you come up with the idea for the script?
My group had a lot of difficulties when writing the script, as unfortunately I wasn't able to be present at the time it was written. However, I do know they participated in group discussions about generic conventions of a horror film, thought about personal experiences that could relate to horror experiences, and adapted their thoughts and ideas into our script.
Did you have any input in writing it then?
Yeah, I overlooked the script after it had been written and added a few ideas of my own into the script before pitching them.
What would you say are your influences?
The influences for our media product are mainly from personal experiences and what we found horrifying to us. We thought using these was a good idea, as we could relate to them more, and it was easy to make them more clear to our audience. We also used other horror film products.
What would you say those were?
Horror film products that we used were Dracula from Hammer Horror Productions, Dog Soldiers and Hole, so that we could look at the generic conventions that look believable, and it helped us to get a better understanding of how successful horror products should look.
How does your film fit into the genre, and how does it attract your target audience?
The film fits into our genre with the atmosphere created in our film, the generic conventions used such as blood, gore, weapons, fear, naivety and uncertainty. It attracts our audience because most males within the target group that we've chosen want to be scared and unsure of what's going to happen next. And so by including all the conventions that we did, it made our film more appealing to the target audience.
What is your target audience?
Males from the age of 18 to 24.
What processes did you go through from pitching your idea to the finished product?
The processes that we went through from planning our product, deciding how we want it to look and exactly how we're going to create it, drawing our storyboards so we could visually see how we wanted the product to look, writing our script so we could make sure it made sense and was believable, pitching the product to the teacher to seek approval to make it, and finally filming the product, which was pretty difficult and raised a few issues, and finally editing it to make sure the product fitted together and made sense.
Give a specific example of a small section of your media product you particularly like. Explain the shots you used and the reasons for them.
I like the ending of our media product. After the girl has been killed, we used 3 different shots. A long shot, the blood on her neck and the knife. We did this to give the audience a vague idea of what has happened. A medium shot so that the audience can begin to feel sorry for the character and establish more clearly what has happened. And a close-up so they can see in detail what happened to the character and understand in more depth why it did happen.
What type of institutions would you say you think would be suitable for distributing your media product?
I think a local film council would be suitable for distributing our film, as the product had no budget and we would not be able to finance advertising. Another suitable alternative would be film festivals, as our product could perhaps go and support there.
What were your reasons for the chosen location?
The reasons for location that we selected was because it was near to my house and therefore easy to access the location. It was a quiet location, so it meant that nobody would be interrupting our shooting, and also it looked right for the part and it was believable to the audience that a story could take place in an environment like that.
Did you have any problems in choosing it?
Yeah, initially we selected another location, a Gentle Shore Common. It was really difficult to access that location and not very practical.
Why was that?
Because it was quite far away from where we all live. We had a problem with lighting there and it was quite a busy place.
What have you learnt from your production of your media product?
I've learnt a lot about what looks good on screen and what doesn't, how much of a problem continuity can be, and if done incorrect, how much it can ruin a media product. Also, how important it is to plan what we are going to do in detail before just jumping in the deep end is in order to achieve the best of our ability.
What do you feel you could have done differently to make your media product more appealing to your audience?
I felt that we could have filmed more different shots to try and create more of a sense of realism. We could also have used more actors to make the characters look more in danger, so that the audience would feel more for the character, as it would be more appealing. We could also have used more generic conventions to make the media product more frightening.
What would those generic conventions be, would you say?
More blood and gore, more building up of fear, and more unexpected.
Did you encounter any difficulties or issues while shooting your media product?
The difficulties that we encountered whilst filming our media product were continuity. Because when we initially shot our first sequence of footage, there was snow, which meant it was very difficult to replicate for the second time round, and when there was no snow. We also found it difficult arranging for everyone within our group to meet, as a product had to be shot in the dark in order to create realism.
What would you do differently next time?
I'd manage time more efficiently to make sure that everything's prepared before starting to film. I'd do more shots over and over so we can get it more perfect and fit together better.